What is going on, my friends? Today in this video I am going to do some experimenting with the traction control knob for the AthenaGet Sx1 ECU installed on a 2024 KTM 500 EXC-F. So I've got some rugged hills that I'm heading out to, and I got a little bit of single track I can do on the way out. So what I'm gonna do, it's a there and back trail, so I'm gonna ride out with the ECU in map 2, the enduro map, and then the traction control knob will be at 0. So in other words, no additional traction control other than just the enduro map itself. And then on the way back, I'll ride this single track with it in 10. And I'm gonna do something similar when I get to those hills. I'm gonna go up in 0, up and down in 0, and then I'll go up and down with it in 10, just so I can get a big swing. And then we'll kind of play around with it and just kind of get my opinion as an end user as to how much it helps. So let's do a little bit of single track and not a whole lot of talking, and then we'll get out to these hills. Same one I did in the stock test. This one off in the distance here. I'm gonna go over and hit it in map 2, the enduro map, with traction control at 0 or off. I mean, this hill is rugged, you guys. Every time I do it, I'm always like, why do I even do this hill? It got a lot of gravel, a lot of big rocks sticking out. The bike has a tendency to go in between traction, wheel spin, bucking. So it seems like it's doing better than stock. Honestly, getting ready to buck here. Oh, yeah, that was close. This hill is actually tricky, man, because of that gravel and then rock. I mean, you constantly feel like you're slipping out, and then it'll grab a rock and it'll buck you and it'll crash you. But I must say that felt better than stock, even with the traction control in 0. So let me get back down this thing, then we'll turn the traction control way up, 10 maximum, and do it again. All right, I've got the traction control set to the 10 or maximum setting. Let's give this hill a try again. You can feel it, it's already pretty tractory. This hill is really like a worst case scenario, I think, for this product, because there's so little traction, yet then you're like in between rocks. Man, it just really is probably putting it to the test. Oh, darn it. That was a terrible spot to blow it. I'm starting to get a little fatigued. I don't want to crash on it. I would say that the traction control makes a difference. I mean, that was my fault. It's just that hill, like I say, it's kind of a worst case scenario, really. But in some ways it was kind of hard to analyze this product, because I mean, it's really just probably difficult for it to do, honestly. So when I get to this next hill, I'm just gonna run it with the traction control all the way up, because I'm confident that there's a felt difference. So as far as, you know, people adjusting it, you know, in between, that's just going to depend on where you are. Definitely feel a difference. And like even right now, it just makes the bike a little bit slower to react. So it's not necessarily slowing the bike down per se, it's just altering the power characteristic. All right, our next test hill is right around this corner. This one we go down first, then up. Will be interesting. I think I'm going to try to just pick this one apart, actually going like a lot slower instead of just trying to do it in one shot. You kind of have to do that on the other hill. I think on this one I can kind of simulate more of a you know, clutch working type scenario. So let's just see. We're just going to first gear just crawl this thing. I'm going to try to go slower than I have in the past. So far I'm actually feeling pretty good about that, the way it's moving. Yeah, that feels pretty good, man. It's letting me go really slow. Way slower than I did with stock. Stock, I basically just I didn't even want to stop. I was just railing it. So I don't know if that hurts the test or helps the test for you guys, but overall I would say that yes, it's giving me more confidence for sure, because I didn't even want to go about it like that with the stock ECU. So yeah, I just felt a little more composed on it. You can feel it. That's the final answer that I can give you guys. Yes, I could feel a difference with it in map 2 versus map 1 versus stock. And yes, I could feel a difference with traction control and knob traction control knob in the 0 position versus 10. So fill in the blanks from there. You could just fine tune it depending on your terrain. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm just walking with this traction control on map 2. I like it. You can feel it, no doubt. It works. I mean, I guess going slow really is the big test for it, you know. Not that you couldn't utilize traction control for faster settings, faster pace type riding, but I feel like its main function is for crawling, technical terrain, loose terrain. But yeah, again, even because the enduro map, you can feel how it's kind of just restricted a little bit, and then turning the traction control up to 10 just dials it up another notch and gives you a really composed, easy to manage type experience. So anyways, I hope you guys find this helpful. I mean, again, my end conclusion is yes, you can feel it works. So if you liked the video, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, give it a like, give it a share, and stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one.